Hello viewers and welcome back for part 3 of the Haute Route. If you've been following, you last saw us pitched in a lovely spot above Le Chable, and now we're headed for the Cabane de Mont, where we'll meet up again with Graham, who took the cable car the previous afternoon. We'll be pitching up at the Grand Désert and then Lac de Die. Let's go.
Start of day 4, stage 5 of the Haute Route, Chamonix to Zermatt, and it's a crawl start this morning, straight uphill, and it's about to get steeper because I know what's around the corner. Anyway, slow plod, hopefully meet Graham up at the Cabane de Mont fort and team back together.
The path climbs steeply up through the forest, passing a charming residence before cutting through a scoop in the mountainside.
Small chalet in the woods.
Oh, there's a restaurant.
Ah, there's a
restaurant.
looks like a oh yeah, the cabin of Pepe. Whew. Look how steep some of these sections are across here. Who's headed across, but that's how steep it is down there. Just round the corner.
Look at that.
What a morning view. Well, we found this little nugget here. Been going nearly 2 hours from our wild camp, and there's running water, there's a toilet, there's benches, and there's cooking facilities.
We saw no reference to this place in the guidebooks.
And look at all this business here. Everything you would want, and even bins to dispose of your rubbish. Should you so require it, you can even light a fire and have a pizza on.
We saw this on the Cape Wrath Trail, travellers adding items to the collection as they hike through. So we added ours and continued upward with glorious views opening up out of the trees.
Check out a lake we passed yesterday in the bottom. Verbier just below us. La Reunited. About an hour from Cabane de Mont. Beautiful views ahead. Starting to emerge out the trees. Fantastic view. There's the Grand Cabane. I do believe. If I'm wrong, nail me to a post.
Oh, we're not far away now. The cabin's over there in the near distance. Beautiful. Again, just flowers everywhere, bluebells. Loads of colour. Look at those bluebells. Gorgeous. What do you think of it so far?
Brilliant. Stage, I've lost track, 6.
Yeah, I think we're going to gain half a day, aren't we?
At
Hopefully.
least I would think, yeah. So, having a snack with the feet dangling over the precipice. Be careful there, Sue.
It's a high altitude snack.
Yeah, look how much you're hanging over the edge there, though. It's rather dangerous.
Local with a summer house, cooking their food.
There we are. Oh.
Oh, need a bit of a break though before we move on.
I know, just saying, you should have met us down there.
If I'd known you were going to come here, I wasn't sure whether you come this path or that summer you come this path.
Right.
So I didn't know which way to go. I wasn't sure which way you're
We're
going to
just
go.
we'll just get the boots off and have a cup of tea before we move on.
Yeah, I had a drink over here.
Correct, isn't it? But that's the track, you see, what the
Yeah.
everyone seems to come by, that one at the back. You can see it's much better than the one that goes down there, eh?
Big white one at the back is Mont Blanc. Just zoom in a bit. Way back there's Mont Blanc.
You see the final ridge up, can't you, from the left?
And then if we come round, the next one we're now seeing is the Grand Cabane. and it's a multitude of peaks. Just look at this, trekking across this hillside here. That's amazing. The views out to the right, stupendous. The views ahead, stupendous.
Well, this is the crossing of the 3 cols. I'm not sure how many cols we're going to cross today. Time will tell. But as you can see, it's very well waymarked. And the views are pretty damn good as well. Here come the others. That's quite a cloud behind. A couple of paragliders up there as well.
Don't let your worries weigh you down, down, down. You can still take flight.
Bit of snow to tackle.
Although you're earthbound.
There's Lake Louvy, beautiful in the bottom of there. Yeah. Variation to our route today, but make a good camping spot. Across this terrace, Col de Louvy. Just looking across the Grand Cabane. Look at that over there. Really spectacular from here.
But never learn to rise above these crowds. Stuck in the dust of the life that you found, with nowhere to go, no higher ground.
Rocky section ahead. Maybe an hour away from the next col, which will probably put us an hour and a half, maybe 2 from camp.
We had planned to camp by a lake at the snout of the Grand Désert glacier before climbing to Col de Prafleuri the next morning, which was just as well, as I was soon to discover.
Been a glacier here probably 100 years ago or more. Certainly nothing of anything like that left here now. Col de Louvy. Up there. Here we are. Col de Louvy. 2921 metres. Taking a wee break and headed down to the Lac du Grand Désert next, which is down through that way. Run it the lake, but a magnificent trek up here, all the way across that hillside.
As it transpired, the descent from the Col de Louvy was far from straightforward. There was much more snow here than is usual at this time of year due to the recent storms, and we met a guided party from Scotland as we neared the high point of the col. Following their lead, we bum slid twice, very carefully in my case, down the slopes to gain the bowl below and our intended campsite.
Well,
Oh, my hands have got cold. Ouch.
bit of a slide. There goes Sue.
Even if you've never flown before,
Slow motion descent.
you can take a chance and try once more.
Trying it on the old sit mat method. Probably get a bit of speed up on that. Away he goes. That's how you descend 50 metres of snow pretty rapidly.
Don't let your worries weigh you down, down, down. You can still take flight. Although you're earthbound.
Look at all this business.
Mitts off now.
They've got a mitts on.
Take them off.
Look at all this. This is pretty spectacular. We've reached the camp at the end of day 4. I'll just give you a view of the campsite. Our route goes up here somewhere tomorrow. There's 5 foot light tending to her feet.
My foot care routine was disguising a much worse problem than a few blisters. I was now starting to feel really unwell. Dave cooked up some packet pasta, which after one mouthful I was unable to eat. I curled up miserably in the tent, and for the rest of the night only moved to rush outside to be sick. I tried to drink water, but it wouldn't stay down. I could hear Graham and Dave outside, watching a family of ibex playing in the rocks. But a scene which would normally have delighted me, I couldn't muster up the energy or attention to watch. I was really worried at this point and couldn't help thinking that I'd have to be helicoptered off.
Morning. Start of day 5. I like just starting to hit the peaks. Here's the vomiting duo. One's been vomiting and one feels like he wants to vomit. Vomiting!
Vomiting, sir.
Anyway, it's a nice morning. So I'm just coming over the yard arm.
Thankfully, I managed to keep a few mouthfuls of water down the following morning.
And you know what? I'm a bit disappointed in the way markings. I think they could have made it a lot clearer. Peaceful morning this morning. I wouldn't fancy bum sliding this morning. Looking all the way down to the Lac de Désert. Our route onwards. Like that. Face your legs.
Unable to eat and feeling pretty weak, I managed the climb to Col de Prafleuri. The passage was again not straightforward, necessitating spikes for one descent, with Graham, who didn't have them, having to follow and step in Dave's footsteps, following with yet another bum slide.
Col de Prafleuri, 2987 metres. Fantastic vista. Highest point in the Haute Route. Well, the peak in the far distance is the Weisshorn, and the Bisshorn is visible, the Dom, and just coming back round. The peak there is Rosa Blanche, and coming all the way round where we came across from yesterday's Mont. Grand Désert, whenever I pronounce it, it'll all be wrong what I've said. Looking up to Rosa Blanche, a real magical place, having just descended from the col.
Water, water everywhere, and I desperately need a drink.
I was still feeling drained, weak and unable to eat much, and with an unusual craving for Coca-Cola. But it was impossible not to be blown away by our surroundings. We discovered that some others before us had had to skip the Grand Desert due to snow cover.
See this? This is an actual genuine smile. Well, we found out what the sickness was all about. Apparently it's a virus, maybe norovirus. There's quite a few others that have suffered from it here as well. Feeling better now. Ready to get going again. If I can get my muscles into gear. Anyway, catch you later.
We just came up to the Col de Louvy. Starting to feel a little bit better after a tough night. Just look at that down there. Well, 5:30, 2,804 metres.
Well, it's been a hell of a rough night. Perking up now though. Amazingly, we're still half a day ahead, despite last night, aren't we? Oh, well, 5.5 hours.
We're a call ahead.
A call ahead.
We'll be half a day ahead by the time we finish.
Due to my weakened state, we contemplated staying the night in one of the 2 unmanned huts prior to reaching Lac des Dix.
Cabane des Cols. Coulées, as you can see. It's a what in Britain we'd term a bothy. It's unmanned. We'll go and have a look inside. It is open. And this is inside. Wood, fire, quite a few bunks. Tariff per night, 20 francs. Put your money in the envelope. It's an unmanned hut, very nice.
Chop my tongue off.
And there's another shelter beyond the new Alabamas. Another interesting hut. Have another look round once we get inside. Kitchen, well stocked. Biscuits, pretzels, Coke. Logs, cooker. It's locked. And here's a dorm room with space for a lot. Dining room. Really big place. Steep stairs.
What are you doing, Dave?
Pumping some water up there.
The water pump.
Walking down towards the head of the bottom end of the dam, the head of the dam's behind us. Marmot running up the hillside there. Just in front, off he goes.
Oh, there he is.
It's been like a marmot track this. I've seen dozens of them on here. Every 40 or 50 metres one seems to cross the path and run up the hillside or down the hillside.
All the lakes are that cool, aren't they?
Just got in the tent in the nick of time. Just give you a look out there. If we'd been 5 minutes later, we'd been caught in that. The annoying thing is, 20 minutes ago we left the hut.
The hut that I wanted to stay in, you mean?
And that noise isn't the noise of Sue turning over on a map, I can assure you. Although decibel wise it's similar.
Let's leave it here then, being lulled to sleep by a vicious storm. Thanks for watching, and a special thanks to all recent subscribers. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. If so, please join me for the next one and the continuation of the Haute Route. Until then, cheerio!